Hi, my name is Russell Mullenberg, and this is Eat This Word, a weekly program where I serve up bite-sized bits of Bible. And this week, we're spending our second week on this wonderful passage from Isaiah 55, verses 1 through 3, the Great Invitation. Here's what it says. It says, "Come, all you who are thirsty, come to the waters, and you who have no money, come, buy and eat. Come buy wine and milk without money, without cost. Why spend money on what is not bread, and your labor on what does not satisfy? Listen to me and eat what's good, and you will delight in the richest of fare. Give ear and come to me. Listen that you may live. I will make an everlasting covenant with you, my faithful love promised to David." This is this wonderful invitation that God has for us. And I'm looking at it, asking three questions, 3 weeks. So last week we asked, who's invited? Who is this invitation for? And we saw those who are thirsty, those who are broke, those who know it, those who are desperate and at the end of their rope. God's not looking for us to clean ourselves up first. They are invited, but also those who are thirsty and broke and don't know it. Those who are trying to make it on their own, those who are chasing after the empty calories of this world. God says, stop chasing what's empty. Come to me. So that's who's invited. Now, second question, what are they being invited to? If we all fit into that first category of either being desperate and at the end of our rope, or maybe just coming to terms with the fact that what we're chasing after doesn't satisfy, we're included in that. So what is it that God's offering? What's on offer here? And to answer that, 3 parts, 3 verses. So in the first verse, we're going to see kind of a symbol of what God offers. In the second, we're going to see the quality and quantity of that offer. And then in the third verse, we'll see what that symbol really is meant to represent. And so let's look at that. First verse. Here's a symbol of what God offers. Here's what he's inviting us to. Come, all who are thirsty, come to the waters. Come to the waters. And you who have no money, come buy and eat. Come buy wine and milk without money, without cost. So obviously what stands out there, the 3 beverages are named. Water, wine, and milk. 3 beverages to kind of symbolize what God offers to us. So let's think about each of those. Water. Water is what we need to survive. Water is what we have to have when we're thirsty. The person stranded on the desert island, the first thing they need when that rescue helicopter shows up, they're going to get water. Water is the stuff of life. And so God is offering those who are thirsty, those who are desperate, he's offering something to survive, to restore life, to renew, refresh, water, spiritual water. What about milk? Well, if water is what we need to survive, to slake our thirst, well, milk then is what we will drink when we want to grow strong and be nourished. You're not just going to feed water to your baby, you're going to feed milk because you want your baby to grow and thrive and get stronger. And so God, he doesn't just offer to rescue us here. He offers not just in the emergency, the stuff from day to day living to grow and thrive in him. That's milk. But then there's this other category, wine. And wine hardly even fits here. Wine, you don't need wine to survive. It's not going to fix your thirst problem. You don't need wine to grow. There's not a lot of meaningful calories in wine that if you're trying to survive on wine, that's not going to work. But God includes it here because what wine represents, it's exhilaration. It's the thrill of life. It's joy. As Christians, we've got kind of a weird relationship with alcohol, of course. I think partly because we realize what terrible trouble people can get in when they're addicted or when they overindulge. But even Christians who want to be careful about alcohol need to realize that in the Bible, wine shows up a lot. The Old Testament is full of feast days. The people of Israel knew how to throw a party, how to enjoy life. Jesus himself uses a number of parables where he talks about wine. And of course, his first miracle is at a wedding where he turns water into wine so that the party doesn't have to end. And so the idea here is that God, he doesn't just want us to survive. He doesn't just want us to grow and be stronger. God cares about us having joy, having life that is pleasurable and exciting and exhilarating too. And so that's what God offers. Water, milk, and wine. Now, verse 2, we can talk about the quantity and quality of what's on offer here. God says, why spend your money on what's not bread? Why spend your labor on what does not satisfy? Listen to me. Eat what is good, and you will delight in the richest of fare. So God says, what I'm offering is good. It's top notch. It's of the best quality and the richest of fare. That means there's a lot of it, and what there is fantastic. The quality and quantity of what God is offering here is top of the line. So he offers the best spiritual water. He offers the best spiritual milk. He offers the best spiritual wine. It's good and there's plenty of it. When I was a kid, my great-grandfather was still alive, and his favorite restaurant to visit was one in the town of Lamars, Iowa. It was a buffet restaurant, and he loved to go there because we could keep going back and fill our plates. And to me, 5-year-old little me, that buffet table was just the biggest, longest table with the most food I could ever conceive of or imagine. There'd be a carving station. There'd be all these salads and soups and spaghetti and corn nuggets, the hush puppies that we'd pour honey on and eat. There was plenty of it. It was good. It was the best food. And going there with Grandpa was the most fun. And God says, come. What I'm offering, it's good. It's the richest affair. Now, third verse, what is he talking about really? What is this metaphor supposed to mean? Well, in verse 1, he says, come to the waters. Now, verse 3, he says, come to me. God says, look, I'm the spiritual water. You come to me. Come have a relationship with me. I'm your spiritual milk. Come, I will be your strength and I will help you to grow. Come to me. I will be your spiritual wine. You're going to find joy and excitement in me. This is really an invitation to be in relationship with God. You see that again here in this phrase, an everlasting covenant. A covenant with God means to be in relationship with God, where God binds himself to you with this unbreakable promise where he promises. It's a covenant like that promised to David. Well, what does he promise David? To pursue him with goodness and mercy all the days of his life. And so God offers to be in a covenant with you where he's going to pursue you with goodness and mercy all the days of your life forever and ever to the very end of time. That's the invitation here. God is our spiritual water. God is our spiritual milk. God is our spiritual wine. It's good and there's plenty of it. He invites us to come. He invites all of us. Those of us who are broken know it. Those of us who are broken don't even realize it yet. He invites us to come to him and delight in what is good.